What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room, hitting the light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. Talking a little bit more about the Monique interview with Shannon Sharpe on his podcast. And the reason I say, after more revelation, that Oprah definitely was jealous of Monique, which in some people's minds of superficiality of just seeing her as the woman with more, can't wrap their minds around. But I say, and I stand on, that Oprah was jealous of Monique, and that's why she did a lot of the things that she did, is because she, in my mind, reminds me of the person, because this happens a lot. It happens in so many different arenas of life where someone who may feel like they are more deserving because they are more well-spoken, they're more eloquent, they have the proper upbringing, or maybe they don't have those things, but now where they are in life, they are someone of status or whatever, and then when they see someone else who they feel is beneath them come up, they see it as a slap in their face, and they feel like, well, who is this person to deserve what they're getting, because I've been through so much, or I've done this, or I've done that, and they're sitting there and they're comparing, and comparison is really dangerous. It can definitely lead to the spirit of jealousy. And so when you think about it, Oprah, she has talked about this before, where she just really wanted to be in the movie The Color Purple so bad. And when she got the part of being Miss Sophia, she really played that part. I really believe that she felt like she deserved an Oscar for that role. And that's not something that she's ever obtained. She's definitely made a lot of other people into overnight successes because of her word or her endorsement. She's got the list of Oprah's favorite things. She's launched a lot of people's careers into the stratosphere, like Rachel Ray, Dr. Phil, much later, but yet still Iyanla Vanzant. And the way she did Iyanla was pretty dirty, because she felt like Iyanla disrespected her, and maybe she did, but at either rate, she blackballed her, and she really went through a lot in her life. But I'm just saying all of those things to say that Oprah, she can be nasty, and definitely she can be capable of being jealous. So to see someone like Monique, who she probably felt like was gutter, undeserving, low class, whatever, her thoughts were of Monique, to see her win an Oscar, she felt some type of way about that. So to learn, I knew that she had Monique's family and the brother that assaulted her sexually on her show after she won the Oscar, but I didn't know that it was a few days after she won. That's some nasty stuff to do, especially when Monique said that she actually had a conversation with Oprah, and Oprah asked her, and she said, no, I don't want them to be brought on the show, and she did it anyway. I would never be here to tell Monique that she needs to get over that. She needs to move on. You can't hurt somebody or have somebody who is hurt. You can't tell them how to feel. You can't dictate their emotions and their actions and how they handle things. And especially when it comes to sexual assault. I could never, ever tell her that she shouldn't be upset with Oprah over that. So to know that that was something that she did a few days, not a few weeks, a few months, even a few years but a few days after she won the Oscar, that definitely was something that she did on purpose, and she did it out of a jealous spirit. Period. Nobody can tell me different. I do believe, Monique, I do believe what she said when she said her husband just saw this look on Oprah's face. So he caught her with this look on her face of, she has people screaming and cheering for her, but I'm Oprah. People can say whatever they want to say about Monique's husband. I believe it. I don't think that he's lying about that. I really don't. So to know that that happened a few days after her Oscar win, that even more so explains her hurt and her feeling like this was definitely something that she did to really try to hurt me out of a place of her own hurt and jealousy, which I have nothing to do with. I didn't give myself an Oscar. I didn't give myself this opportunity. I didn't give myself this role. I worked the role. I did the work that I was required to do. They didn't want to pay me what I demanded for doing more promotions or whatever, so they did what they did to blackball me in the industry. Those things were definitely done. And then now you've got Monique talking about D.L. Hughley in the interview as well. And I remember all those things that happened, and I never really talked about it, but I would love to know what you guys think about it, because I wouldn't say it's complicated. I just believe that there's a lot of pieces involved with the situation, so it's not so black and white. But I, even back then and still to this day, I definitely do, if I were to pick a side, I would side with Monique to say that she has the right to feel however she wanted to feel. And then when it got deeper with the who was headlining a show and the contract versus the memo and all of this other stuff, that stuff is a little bit deeper. I don't really care about all of those things, but Monique, she's going to feel however she's going to feel about the situation, and D.L. Hughley definitely feels however he is feeling, because he's come out and responded to her interview and what she had to say.
This up, I wasn't going to do it. But damn it, this seat.
I say, you might want to have another sip over.
This seat make you go, truth, tell it. No, tell the damn truth. God damn it, tell the truth. Because family is sacred.
It's supposed to be.
And we don't cross the line with family.
Mm-hmm.
And people begin to get comfortable to jump on the Monique bandwagon of Monique doing things wrong, and she doing this and she doing that. And there's a brother named D.L. Hughley.
Yep.
And until he take accountability, I won't let it go.
What?
Because, what was you getting ready to say?
I was going to say, what did D.L. do?
Let me tell you. Baby, that voice went up, didn't it? D.L. is friend. He like, that's my friend.
No, I've met D.L. on several occasions. I don't know D.L. like that.
Okay.
Do I know D.L. say like I know an earthquake? No. Do I know, since I've interviewed Kat, had several conversations with him, do I know D.L. on that level? No.
Right. See, when we say family is sacred,
right.
Family is sacred. And we know that you don't cross the line when it comes to family.
Correct.
Right? I do D.L.'s radio show.
Yes.
D.L. Hughley is not there. His team is there. And Shannon, we having a great time. I mean, baby, we having a great time. We going forward, back and forth. When we get to the end of the show, they say, Monique, you want to play a game? Well, I want to play. I said, sure, sugar. Let's play a game. And it's a game called Would You Rather.
No.
Okay? Now,
Monique, you should have said I'm too old for this game.
wait a minute. We're having fun, baby. Right? We're having a good time,
Okay,
Shannon.
okay.
It's the sister there and there's two other guys. We're having a great time. It's a beautiful Black unity cookout.
Okay.
We're having a good time.
Okay.
Would you say your wife was your family? Is that considered family?
Yeah.
So your husband is considered family,
Absolutely.
right? Okay. So here we go. They said, Monique, we want to play a game of Would You Rather. Let's go. Would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom or Corinne Steffens without one?
Really, Monique?
Now, as y'all are watching right now who haven't heard this story, y'all going, they doing the same thing in the studio. They going, okay. That is exactly what happened. Now, I say to the team, how does that uplift our community? I said, sister, and her name is Jasmine, how could you ask another sister that? Well, we just planned. I said, tell me the joke in that, because I don't know what you're insinuating. Then you're involving people that have nothing to do with nothing. Like, what are y'all doing? So I said, I'm going to call my brother. DL. I'm going to call my brother. I call DL Hughley on the phone. I say, hey, baby. Yeah.
Huh?
That's how he responds. Yeah.
Did he know it was you?
Yes, because they called him to let him know Monique's going to be calling. Like, this, it was getting crazy.
Right.
I'm like, just let me get on the phone with my brother, right? Hey, DL, yeah. I said, listen, I just got off the phone with your team, and they wanted to play this game, Would You Rather? And it was like, stupid. Like, asking me about my husband and Lee Daniels and Corinne Steffens, and his exact words, well, that's how we do it. I said, DL, how does that uplift our community? And again, I don't know what y'all trying to insinuate, but brother, what you doing? Like I said, that's just how we do it. So it is what it is. Now, it got so ugly that my attorney had to send a cease and desist. So it never aired. So we have like talk and people, truth tellers talk. We have receipts to everything we're saying. That's how that whole thing got started. Okay? It's family. My husband is my family.
Yeah.
Now, you babies that are really good with this internet, through the years, I've watched DL speak ill of me. Through the years. I never knew DL Hughley had a problem with me. But when Kat said they all a group, he forgot to put DL Hughley in the group. Through the years, I was bitter. I was dangerous with what I was doing, saying that it was inequality. My husband didn't know what he was doing. This went on through the years. I was unloved, all of these things. And I said to myself, I'm going to see you. I'm going to see you. I didn't go on nobody's show. I didn't say nothing to nobody, but I knew the time would come that I would see him. We were scheduled to do a show in Los Angeles. I was the headliner of that show. His name was on it, then his name came off. I didn't question it, but I knew I'm going to see him, right?
Eventually.
Okay, now we have a show in Detroit. Contractually, I was the headliner. DL Hughley posted a memo. Now, when you signed your deal for the Ravens, did you sign a contract or a memorandum?
I signed a contract.
You see how you say that? Like anybody that knows good business, you sign. The memo is saying, this is what I would like.
Right.
But the contract is saying, this is what it is. Okay?
Yes.
He put out a memo to our community. And that touched me a little different, because I was saying, why would you lie to our babies? Because now they're thinking if they send somebody a memo, that's what they're supposed to get. Okay? I was contractually signed to go as the headliner.
Right. I mean, you go last.
DL Hughley didn't come into the building until 9:30. Now, contractually, I said I have to be on stage by 9:30, because if the show starts at 8, I refuse to keep an audience waiting.
Right.
That is disrespectful to the audience.
Correct.
When I went out on that stage, Shannon, I made sure everything I said, he heard me. Because now you're here and I'm going to say it to you. And I said some things on that stage that I said he was cowardly. And some folks said, how could you say that? How could you do that? And then I posted some things to say, this is what I meant. See, you came after my husband. And when you had a chance to fix it, when you had a chance to say, Mo, my bad, you know, we don't even get down like that.
Right.
You told me it is what it is. And until he's brave enough and courageous enough to say, this is what really happened, y'all. Y'all have never known me to be no shit starter. Folks ain't never known me to go over and kick a sandwich out of somebody's hand that's hungry. But what people do know is, if you kick me, damn if I ain't gonna kick you back.
Right.
because that's fair play.
Right.
So there was one left out the pack. And when you have people that continually don't take accountability, that's why you see us in the state of affairs we're in.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer, Mo, that everybody don't play the same. And someone once told me, what is joke to you is death to someone else.
What is joke? That's why we don't play with people's families.
No.
When we had the Monique show, the radio show, listen, you can't come on here and speak ill of no one because we don't play like that, because we know how this business works.
Right.
So when you allow that to happen, what do you think is going to come back your way? What do you think? And D.L. Hughley, please, no, brother, we still love you. Just take accountability for it. And we move forward.
I remember reading something about the situation in Detroit. I didn't know the depth of the magnitude of it. I remember reading something about a memo about, I guess it's an addendum that was added on, but the contract is the contract.
The contract is the contract. And what happens is, because of the messenger, it was easy to pile on.
Mm-hmm.
It was easy to pile on. And then when you have some of our black folk that go sit in front of a white man and speak ill of their people, I'm like, y'all, what are we doing? What are we doing?
You know who she's talking about right there, DJ Vlad.
What are we doing? What are we coming to that we're going to sit in front of this white man? I can't even say his name. I refuse. Everybody know who he is. We sit in front of him and we just let this man say any and everything about us, and then we go right in with him. That to me is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all babies that's good with this little computer, don't take my word. You can just go through the years of this cat just running his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, stop doing that, because what are we saying to the babies coming behind us? When I hear Brother D.L. Hughley say, with that Netflix special, I just accepted anything. Whatever they gave me, these are not my words, they're his.
Right.
Well, that's how you do business. I'm not mad at you accepting anything.
Right.
Why are you mad at me saying I won't accept anything?
Right.
That's the difference. Mm-hmm. It's like people were judging me. I was hearing people, Shannon, okay, I didn't know we had so many tender people in our group.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had so many tender love. I didn't know we had so many tender people, and I wouldn't want to be on the front line with these tender people where it's like, oh, I can't believe you said that. I can't. But is what I said the truth? Is what I said the truth? Mm-hmm. No, I didn't put no sugar on it.
Right.
It was shit.
Right.
And I didn't try to make it taste good. We got to stop running away from what is real, and we run into fantasy. And that's how come we keep staying where we sit.
You want to join Club Shay Shay?
No. Anyway, so that's what she had to say about D.L. Hughley in a nutshell. And D.L., he had his responses to that. He was just not here for it. I want to go ahead and play what he had to say.
Well, Club Shay Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just got a weight set. So Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy-ass video with her and her daddy complaining about something or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do has got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay Shay and tells the story about how she came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time. And my co-host, Jasmine Sanders, played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so offended by that she said she got off. She called me. Monique did, and she said I was very dismissive, like, Monique's a liar. When Monique did call me, I heard her complaints. I listened to her, and I pulled the segment. So if I had been as dismissive as she alleges I was, that segment would have aired. It didn't, because I respected her wishes.
I want to pause it right there. She didn't say that it aired. She actually said they did not air it. She was talking about his tone and how he was speaking to her or responding to her grievances and her complaints about the situation. So she didn't say that he aired it. So I don't even know why he's calling her a liar on that, because she actually did say that they did not air it.
She's a liar. It's also befuddles the shit out of me how somebody who, as a comedian, talks as much shit about everybody else as she does, she has the temerity to be offended about anything as much shit as you say about people. Then she encouraged everybody, allegedly it stems from the fact that I used to always talk shit about her on video after video, and she encouraged her sweet babies to look at the video and find them. Do that. Do exactly what she says. And you know what you're not going to find? You're not going to find any evidence of that, because Monique is a fucking liar. She's lying about that. But what you will find is Monique talking shit about some alleged contract dispute we had. Look at the ticket. It says D.L. Hughley, then Monique. She knows the story. But what she did in response to that, she talked about my dog, my wife. This broad even brought out my daughter's personal trauma. My daughter was molested, and Monique brought that shit out and told the world that I allowed my daughter to be raped in front of me. The lying motherfucker. She knows she was lying. And it only stopped when everybody from my family checked her. It's interesting. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? You won't ever see her with her family, videos with her children or grandchildren, because nobody fucks with me. How do you have sweet babies when your own babies don't fuck with you? How do you love us for real when there's no evidence of anybody loving you for real, except your daddy, who you apparently have to pay? And FYI, daughters are paid for by daddies, not daddies who get paid by their daughters. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? Telling jokes. Monique, if she'd have spent as much time actually writing jokes and writing her Netflix special as she did complaining about not having one, it wouldn't have been trash. It got the worst reviews of any Netflix special in history, because that's what Monique does. She complains and she has grievances. You never see her being a human being. You never see her being sweet and warm to people, except when she's using it to butter somebody up to get something. There's a reason why everywhere she goes, shit starts. Everywhere she goes. How is it that nobody fucks with you, not even your family? How do you, or I was on the road, get it. I get it every goddamn week. Look at my schedule versus yours. See how much I'm going. And I still manage to have a relationship that I cherish with my children. Can you say the same? You can't. Because all you do is talk about your grievances and who did you wrong. There's a reason you're by yourself. There's a reason you got to pay a man to love you. It's sad. There's an old adage that says you can't buy love. It's a shame, Monique, that you probably always will have to. Well, clubs.
All right, so somebody was mad. Somebody was mad. Listen, that family stuff is really touchy and it's extremely complicated. I'm not going to say that Monique was right for bringing up his daughter's personal trauma, but I don't remember her ever saying that he allowed his daughter to get RAPED'd in front of him. That's not what she said. That's not what she said. So that actually was a lie that he said out of, I don't know, his anger and emotions. Maybe he went there, or he wanted to play it up a little bit more to make it seem like what she said was worse than what she actually did say. Again, I'm not going to say that it was okay for her to even bring it up, because she should have never even said it. So I guess he feels like because she brought it up, it's fair play for him to talk about her family when he knows that she experienced personal trauma and she made the decision not to fool with her family anymore. Now, when it comes to the children, that one is a touchy subject as well, because for those of you who are parents, you know that you could do the most and the best you can for your children, even if you've given them the world literally, financially. And sometimes they can grow up to be ungrateful bastards and they just choose to do what they do for the moment. It doesn't mean that they're always going to be that way. But him comparing the relationships that he has with his children versus the relationships that she has with hers is cold. She was talking about stuff that happened via his radio show, and she never said that he aired the show. So him calling her a liar on that, I felt that was disingenuous. But at any rate, this is a lot. They're obviously never going to see for each other, never going to be friends. So you guys can let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section, but I can't say that Monique is lying about the things that she said, And I can't say that D.L. Hughley doesn't have the right to feel how he feels about the fact that she even once ever brought up his daughter's personal trauma. But he can't sit and act like he has the perfect family, because for those of you who know, you know, but for those of you who don't know, he had a child with someone outside of his marriage, and he actually was glad. I believe he said he was actually happy when he learned that that child actually passed away. So it got him off of the hook from having to pay child support. It got him off of the hook for having to have a relationship with his child and having to have that pretty much almost forever strain, if not 18-year strain of the weirdness that comes with having a child outside of your marriage, you know? So he just really shouldn't go there. I'm not saying that she should have went there when she brought up his daughter's situation either, because it shouldn't have been said at all. Just because Monique has went through some situations that were dark and dirty and unfair, no, it doesn't make her a perfect person. Absolutely not. So I just wanted to talk about that, guys. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section. Thanks for being here, for liking and subbing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.